Hello, my viewers. Welcome to the new session of social science subject of class 10 standard from the political science. The name of the chapter is Challenges Faced by India and its Remedies, or Challenges of India and their Remedies. Now, in this topic, we are going to learn more regarding the what are those different challenges which are being faced by the India and what solutions we have taken out to overcome over those challenges. So our name of the topic is it's a challenges of India and its remedies and its remedies. Okay, this is the name of the what name of the chapter from the political science class 10 standard. Now, in this topic, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn regarding the different topic like communalism. Okay, we are going to learn about regarding the communalism, regionalism. We are going to learn regarding the economic inequality. We are going to learn regarding the poverty. We are going to learn regarding the smuggling. Okay, we are going to learn regarding the profiteering. We are going to learn regarding the status of women, right? And moreover, we are going to learn regarding the illiteracy. Okay, right? Then gender minority. Okay, these are the different problems which we are going to learn in the way in this topic. Communalism, regionalism, economic inequality, poverty, smuggling, gender minority, illiteracy, status of women, profiting. Okay, these all things we are going to learn in the way in the topic called as challenges of India and its remedies. Now, before moving to those topics, okay, which we are saying it as a challenges of India. Now, we very well know that India got its independence in the year 1947 and we were being freed from the clutches of the British. From the period of 1947 to the period of present now, 2024, there are many number of challenges are being faced by the country called as India. Now we can say that these are nothing but these are the gift which were being given by the whom by the British to us. These gifts nowadays have become or they have deeply rooted which has created lot of problem in the development of the economy of the country called as India or the development of the individual of this country whom we call it as a countryman. It becomes very necessary to all of us because we are the citizen of this country. Because we are the citizen of this country, it becomes very essential to all the citizen of this country to know and understand the different problems and what best solutions can be given to overcome over the these problems which we are been facing day to day. Now it's a very same simple example to be said that when we are living in a street, when we are living in a street and we will get where we will have number of our neighbors. Every neighbor will not have same quality as like as us. So at that time it has been found that their behaviors, their attitudes, their culture, their traditions, their enjoying of their festivals, okay, everything will be different. So when we are living in a community, when we are living in a society, it becomes what important that we have to share many number of things with each other. Then only what we can do, we can overcome over any of the issues. Like if you're living in a street and suddenly there is a problem, it has arose related to the supply of the drinking water. Okay, any corner of the area there is a crack in the where in the pipes from which the water is being supplied. Now it is not only one person duty to repair that pipe. It becomes a community work where everyone together, what they have to do, they have to work on it. Then only everyone will get a proper supply of water, as well as even we can save the loss of the water also. In the same way, here in this topic we are going to learn regarding the different number of problems which has been erased in front of us, and being as a citizen of this country, we must and should know regarding those problems, and we must and should work individually also, and help to the home to the government, and it also the duty of the government also to overcome over those problems. Okay, so let us go one by one by the topic. First one called as a regionalism. We will go, sorry, we will talk about the which one, about the topic called as a communalism. Now the word is what? It's a communalism. It's a what? Communalism. When we use the word called as a communalism, we very well know this, that in a society, in a what, in a society, number of people lives. Okay, India is a populated, heavy populated country, where in the country called as India, we will see the people who follow the different religion in the form of Hindu, okay, Islam, Christianity, Jews, Sikh, okay, Buddhism, Jainism, many more, few more. Okay, now these are very prominent, where which we will get in the where in the country called as India. Now when we talk about the culture of this country, tradition of this country, custom of this country, sorry, this the custom of these religions, okay, we see that every religion is having its own way of following of the method, every religion. Okay, now communalism speaks related to which one? Regarding the different religions which are being existed. Okay, it's a split of the people in the name of which one? In the name of religion. It's a split of the people in the name of which one? In the name of the religion, where we see that the word called as religion, which gives a proper path to all the number of people to move in a proper path. But sometimes the same communalism creates a huge amount of problem between the people and people. This is a communalism where we see that hate speeches, proudness of their own religion, right? Looking with the different eyes to the other religion, provoking the other religion demerits, can convert into the disturbance of the unity of the country or unity of the people, whether you are living in a big community, whether you are living in a small community. But it creates a breaches among the whom, among the each all of them. Now, if in this form it goes on, if every one of them become proud of their own religion, and every one of them started creating a hate philosophy of the other religion, automatically what we see that enmity it arises, and that enmity, if it arose, it can convert into the loss of life as well as the property. To be given a best example of the communalism, it was the British East India Company, or it was the British who brought up the policy called as a divide and rule policy. This divide and rule policy has divided the two people who used to live together, who two fought with in the way in the freedom movement together, but at last they separated themselves. It's because one called as a Hindu, one called as a Islam, and this seed was been grown by the whom, by the British. This hatedness till today we are been facing, and now it has in the way seen in the way different religions also. To overcome all now, this is a reason communalism is creating a biggest damage in the among the Indians or among the people, and it is creating disunity among the in the where in the country called as India. To have a proper unity, it becomes very important that we have to have a combined effort. We have to put up some strong effort to overcome over the word called as a communalism. Very strong effort we have to put up. And this strong effort, it starts from the whom? From the common people itself. From the whom? From the common people. Educated common people. This educated common people can help in eradicating the communalism or stopping the communalism from the society. First one. Second, moreover, it is the duty of the government to bring up a proper form of laws in the form of uniform civil code. Right? Nowadays, this you might have been listened regarding the uniform civil code, where more importance is being given by the government. The purpose of what it is that if the uniform civil code will be there, this law will be applied to all the religions without discriminating. Today in India, the laws which we see, somewhere we see that the religion interference is been there. If the uniform civil code is been brought up, then automatically the law will be common for everyone. In the same way, equal treatment. Next, we can say equal treatment to all. Equal treatment to all. If, for example, if any of the person is being caught in the form of theft, think we will take it as if the person is being caught in the form of theft. Okay, now this person belongs to the religion called as a Buddhism. Now, Buddhism, the differentiate should not be done in the name of that. Buddhism comes under the minority, so he should be relieved or he should be given less punishment. He should not be treated as a criminal. No such thing has to be done. Everyone who is been caught, who is been found in doing the crime, must and should get the punishment, irrespective of which one, keeping in the mind of the word called as a religion. Then only what we can do, we can give a proper justice to whom? To the people. So uniform civil code, equal treatment to all the people, and moreover, we have adopted the word in the constitution called secular. The word is secular. So this secular should be taught in the way among the people or in the schools or every corner of the society. It should be taught. Now secular, it refers, it says that every religion can practice its religion without any sort of afraidness or without any sort of pressure. Everyone are having to enjoy it. This is the reason in our country called as India, every government of India gives the opportunity to all the festivals to celebrate the festivals how they want to celebrate, that too with lot of happiness. Okay, so communalism can be stopped by bringing the uniform civil code, by bringing the word, by making the people to understand the word called as secular, by treating all the people equal irrespective of the religion, and moreover, as I said, educated people of India or the literate people can help in the way in eradicating the word called as a communism. So in this way, what we can do, we can fight to the home to the problem called as a communalism. There is one more word, it is called the second one, it is a regionalism. Okay, it's about regionalism. Communalism, what we have understood? We have understood communalism regarding the it's a split of the people in the name of which one? In the name of religion. Now the word is regionalism. Okay. Now it doesn't mean that it again it speaks related to the religion. No, it doesn't speak to the religion. It speaks regionalism. It speaks related to the particular area. Now, we very well know that India, okay, how many are there? 28 states are being there. Every states are having its own border areas, which are connected to each other, which are connected to each other. And every state will give the attention to its own area, how much of area the state is been having. According to that, it will be done. But we, as we know about our history, these all 28 states were not created in the year 1947. It was not created. Okay, From the 1953 onwards, what we have seen that states came into the existence. From the 1953 to up to the way up to the 2000, what we have seen that states are being created, and presently on the basis of the vision, on the basis of the population, what we are doing to have a proper control of the area, what we are doing, we are dividing the areas and making one in the form of states we have been making. Now here regionalism, when we talk, two to three biggest problem it arises regarding the regionalism. Now we very well know that, as I said, 28 states, okay, again same with the different culture, different tradition, different custom, and one more new word, different language. Different language. It's a one of the now biggest problem of the which one of the regionalism. Now, so the problem is what? Language. Now second problem it arises about the natural resource which are available, like rivers, like rivers. As for example, now when we go with the which one, with the southern part of the country called as India. So right now the river called as Krishna River, the river called as a Kaveri River. Okay, this Krishna River from the Maharashtra to the Karnataka to the Andhra Pradesh in this way. Okay, which one it is? Krishna. In the same way, Kaveri from the Karnataka to the Tamil Nadu to the way to the Bay of Bengal. Okay, right? Rivers. Now, which shows what it is that River Krishna is comprised of the three states, whereas River Kaveri is of two states. Okay, K plus T, here M plus K plus A, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, now what we see that now all three states languages are different. Okay, natural resources are also different limitation of natural resource are there, but major controversy nowadays, it's an example of the south angle. In that way we are 28 states are there, with 28 states different problems we will arise. So three major problems which will arise: one is language, one is rivers, and one is border areas. Which one? Border areas. Okay, the connecting. Now here if it is state, now this area in between the border areas. Now here there is always clash between the whom, between the states regarding the, one is about language, one is about rivers, one is about the border areas, being knowing that they all belong to one nation called as a India. They are the part of the India. Languages are the part of India. Rivers are the part of India. Border areas are the part of India. We have divided just to have a proper control of the areas. These things have been made, but people are proud of their religion, people are proud of their language, people are the proud of their border areas. These have created a disturbance among the home, among the states and states, or region and region. The differences has been created, right? And in this part it is even found that many of the border areas, okay, which have been connected between the two states areas, where we see that due to the clash that this area belongs to me, this area belongs to me, this in that area the number of villages which are there, or the people who are living over there, they do not get any sort of benefit, nor of the this state nor of that state. Like if you take example of a Karnataka, if you talk Hyderabad Karnataka region, Hyderabad Karnataka region, sometimes we see the clash with the Maharashtra who speaks, says that the Belgaum belongs to Belgaum, which is a city of the Karnataka, belongs to him, whereas the same way Karnataka says the Solapur, the city which belongs to Maharashtra, belongs to him. Okay, so these clashes continuous are being there. Keeping these in the mind, what it is been done to not to create any sort of chores in the areas, as the Constitution of India has given the quasi federal structure where state is given autonomous power to look after the state. We know that two form of government, that one is central government, one is state government. Okay, state government can look after its own territorial area, where he can spend lot of money for the development of his area, and central government will back up to the whom, to the state government. It's because if state government is been developed, automatically central government will develop. If state and central are being developed, automatically the nation will develop, and individual as well, they will automatically develop. Okay, so keeping this in the mind, quasi federal structure has helped to eradicate this regionalism from the where among the states. And we people also have to understand that we all belongs to the one nation. It's because in this country, the citizenship is not given on the basis of state. I'm not Karnataka citizen, I'm Indian citizen. You are not a Karnataka citizen or Maharashtra citizen, you all are the Indian citizens. Citizenship is one. Constitution has given only one power, one citizen for one nation. There is no two citizenship concept we are been having. Okay, so keeping that in the mind, now the government of Karnataka have came with a different proposal to overcome over those people who live at the where at the border areas, like Dr. Nanjundappa committee has been there, Malenadu committee has been there. Okay, Hyderabad Karnataka committee has been there. They are working for the betterment of whom, betterment of the people who are living in the way in these areas. Okay, like what we say, Dr. M. Nanjundappa committee, Malenadu committee, Hyderabad Karnataka committee has been there. Okay, purpose of bringing these communities, what it is that to overcome over the way over the regionalism problem. So regionalism is also one of the biggest hamper in the way in the development of the which one, development of the country, or in bringing the disunity. So only it can be eradicated if a strong mindset of that these all territory belongs to us. The territories are being divided for the better looking, for the better looking of the people or the infrastructure, right? To take a proper care of it. If we understood these all, automatically regionalism can be eradicated. So one not should be proud of the language, one not should be proud of the rivers, one not should be proud of the vision of the border areas. Then only what we can do, we can eradicate the regionalism from the where, from the society. Okay, now this was the second one. Let us go with the which one, with our third topic. The third topic speaks related, which one related to the illiteracy, biggest topic now. Illiteracy. Okay, when we talk about illiteracy, now when we talk about illiteracy, whom we called as a illiterate, the one who is unable to read and write is called as a illiterate. Now, whom we call it as a literate, the one who is able to read and write, we call him as a literate. Okay. In the country called as India, the growth of literacy was very less. Why very less? It's because it was been found that in the country called as India, the day we adopted from the long time when we moved with the Vedic education and then modern education which was been introduced. Okay, and when we jump into our Indian society, we see that the importance was being given more to the male as compared to the female regarding the education. Okay, and when India got its independence in the year 1947, we India there it was hardly 12 percentage of literacy. 12 percentage of literacy, 88 percentage illiterate. Illiterate, 88 percentage. It's a talk about 1947 we are talking. Okay, as we reached, okay, now after the independence there was a great progress. It was been seen. It's because converting the 88 percentage in the literacy form, it was not an easy one. It was not an easy job. Government, different government who came, who which were been formed, they given their best to overcome over the where over the topic called as a illiterate. And in this junction, it was been found that many different forms of programs were being launched to overcome over the literacy. Okay, and the year as it moved on, decade. It refers to minimum of 10 years of the areas. When 10 years it was been over, decade it was been over. When we reached to the year 2001, when we reached in the year 2000, when we reached, we crossed near about 66 percentage, from 12 percentage to directly to the way to the 66 percentage. Yes, it is not a good number, but to the country called as India, it's a good number. It's because, as I say, bringing the people into the track of the literacy, it was very tough job. It was very tough job, as British has given us a different gifts in the form of like poverty. Poverty was too much in the country called as India. Okay, right? Dependence, dependence on male child, that was been more. Okay, child marriage was more. Child marriage was more. Unemployment was more. Was more. It was been there. Okay, like poverty, unemployment, child marriage, dependence of the male child. Okay, responsibilities on elders. Again, responsibilities on elders. Okay, moreover we see lack of interest. These problems were responsible for the which one? For the illiteracy. Poverty, unemployment, responsibility of elders, lack of interest, child marriages, dependent. Responsibility of elders is nothing but what it is, that giving importance to the which one, where everyone were being dependent on only one person. Everyone were being dependent on only one person, and that one person, he used to look after the all the whole family members. This also converted into what, could not able to fulfill the dreams of each one of the family members, has created a too much of illiteracy. So these were some of the problems we mentioned. Now to overcome them, now this made what it is at 12% 1947, 12% literacy we were being there. 2001, 66 percentage literacy we have reached, right? And then in the 2011, okay, in the year 2000, moreover, now once again it was a talk about regarding the one decade. Now one decade is equal to near about 10 years. In the 2011, we reached to 74 percentage of what, of the literacy. Sorry, of the literacy. How many? 74 percentage of what, literacy we reached in the year 2011, and we are now in the year 2024. Yet officially it is not published, but approximately we are on the way on the 86 percentage of what, literacy in the year 2024. Still we are in a need of 14 percentage of literacy. Once if it did, then India is totally educated country. Now here biggest problem what it arises, right? If there is a illiteracy, if it too much, if it is been there. Now we very well know that dear, we can make easily to understand or make him to convince if that person is what, if it is a literate. It is very tough to the person to convince one who is a illiterate. And here even in the illiterate person can be made fool easily compared to the literate person. So literacy plays a very important role. Keeping that in the mind, government of India and government of India and state government together, they have worked for the betterment of the which one, betterment of the education part, betterment of education. And keeping that in the mind, they have brought up different forms of schemes. Okay, like National Literacy Mission, Saksharta Bharat, National Literacy Mission, Karnataka government, right? From Darjeeling to the school. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, according to our constitution now, who has given the power 6 to 14 years free and compulsory education, midday meals, so that children should, no children should go with the empty stomach, to make the poor people to send their children up to the way to the schools. Moreover, giving the free supply of books, dresses, or we can say overall uniforms, even that is also provided by the home, by the government. The purpose is what? To overcome over the word called as illiteracy. Now, in all the government schools, we will see 6 to 14 years of age, even the fees will also be not collected. They are being given full of education. That's a, it's a free and compulsory education. Must and should, the parents should send their children to the way to the school. Okay, this paved what it is that this is the reason, due to the government who took interest on making the development of the literacy. It has been found today that we have reached up to near 86 percentage of what, of the literacy rate. So in this way, the government have worked toward the which one, towards the literacy. So communalism, which speaks about the which one, about the religion, regionalism, which speaks about the area, and literacy, which speaks about the illiteracy, which speaks about the literacy part. Okay, so here what steps, better steps can be taken by the government is been what, it is been made to us, to known to us, and even it is a responsibility of us also to work according to the different schemes which are being brought up by the home, by the government. In our next session, we will go with the few more problems, and we will understand what they are, how they are creating a problem, and how we are working, or how our governments are working on it, and role of the individual towards eradicating that problem. Let us meet in our next session with the more number of challenges which are being faced by the home, by the India.